Hello Virgo, and thank you so much for tuning in for the July of 2021 Taroscope with Animal Totem. This is vickieverlie, the rock and roll prophetess. Today we're going to do a reading using my deck that I've created, the rock and roll tarot deck. Then we're going to follow it up with a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, as always. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, we are going to pull a card from the 3 cards from the Earth Warrior Oracle. Really deep, cool stuff. And then I'm going to try something a little different this year. This month. I'm going to, for the I'm going to do a Dictiomancy message from my Transmissions for Humanity book, where we just ask Spirit for a message and then we point and read whatever shows up. Okay, these cards have already been shuffled, and what we're going to do now is just go through and do a very loose shuffle and then pull the cards that are meant for... I almost said Scorpio for some reason. I think I said Scorpio in somebody else's video, but we're doing Virgo. So this is the cards for Virgo for July of, oh wait, we're not taking all of these, need one more. Well, these just want to come all different ways, don't they? July of 2021, Virgo. Let's see what we get here. Now, as I'm laying the cards and throughout the reading, take a look at these cards. Let your higher, this is the way you can get a message that from the general reading that is personal for you, by looking through and letting your eyes just go where they may, and whatever attracts you to it, let that, read into that. Even if it looks like it says, sometimes if it looks like it says something other than it actually says, then that's even more powerful, because that says, yeah, this is really a message for you. Now, it could be up, down, backwards, forwards, around, could go one card right into the other. Don't overthink it. Just let the messages kind of come through, and you can get messages from your own spirit guides through, this general reading. Well, the Seven of Cups was the first card out, and the Seven of Cups is a card of visualizing and creating your reality. You have lots of choices, and the Seven of Cups is kind of like about keeping it vague. Keeping it more general. When you're doing your visualization, you don't want to only make it be one specific thing. Well, I've got to have for this, I want this job at this company and nothing else will do. Just, do more of a general description. Well, I want a job where, it's an easy commute, I have these kind of hours, these kind of benefits. Don't, because then you close off the universe to help you. Maybe there's a better job than, or anything. You can apply this to anything. I'm just using job as an example. But maybe there's a better job that you're not even thinking about, or you never even heard of, but that the universe in all its wisdom can see and align with. It seems like you've been a little bit in your head, and you have to, the hangman is in reverse, and so that's talking about, you need to take a little time to chill out here. That there's things that are trying to be shown to you. Choices and options are trying to be, the universe is trying to show them to you at this time. But when you've got the hangman in reverse, you're not really tuning in, and you're not really getting it. You're not really getting the message, And there's going to be options and messages that are going to be just for you, that the universe is trying to show you and is trying to lead you toward. That if you're a little more open and a little more diffused and open, you will find them. Two of Cups is here, so that's the soulmate card. There's going to be a soulmate on the horizon, and maybe I should have went with that route, because if you're trying to visualize a soulmate, if you're waiting for some specific person, that's probably not a good idea. So if that's the case, if you're saying, well, I want to be with this person, and they don't want to be with you, or they can't be with you, whatever the case is, you're not together, ask yourself this question. What are the traits, characteristics, what do I really love about this person? Well, maybe they have a great personality, they make me laugh, they're fun to be around, they're loving and caring, generous, bam, bam, bam. These are the things. Don't narrow your choices so much, because whatever is meant for you is going to come for you. But if you have blinders on that it only can be this one specific thing, then you're not hearing the universe trying to show you other things. So you can use this one person or this one situation as an example, and then just list all the qualities and reasons why what you love about them. And I'm sure in this, for how many billions of people on this earth, there's somebody else that has those qualities and more, that wants to be with you also. So that's, that's what you got to look for. Looks like Justice now. This showed up in somebody else's reading too. We had the Justice card. So some of you might be dealing with some sort of a legal matter, legal case. It definitely feels like there's money involved. Like they've got the 2 pentacles here and then the 1 below. So it's all the pentacle cards intersect right at this Justice card. Pentacles, of course, these are all your money cards. So they're intersecting at right here at the Justice card. So Justice in the upright means you're going to benefit through some kind of legal matter. It could be a court case, could be just be maybe signing of some sort of contract. They're saying sign your name on the dotted line. That's what I'm hearing. So for some of you, you're going to be signing your name on the dotted line, and it's going to help you with your financial matters. The other thing is with this soulmate energy, because the Justice is there. I mean, a soulmate could help you if you're dealing with an actual court case. A soulmate could help you in the form of a lawyer or somebody, because your soulmates are not just your lovers. You have soulmates of all sorts. So they could help you, help you. A soulmate might come along and help you with your case. But the other thing is, sometimes this is karmic stuff too. So if you are pining over somebody, the Justice card could say, like, the karmic lesson has been paid. Yeah, they were a soulmate. You had this interaction, but whatever the interaction was, it's been completed. And death is here. You're free to move on. Death is definitely you're free to move on. And when you realize that and embrace that, then you're released. You're released of a lot of burdens and stress that you don't need to be carrying around there, Virgo. Money does look good all across the board, and this is you getting money. And what I like about this card, what I love about this card, is this is the card of really doing that work that you love. Because you can do work that you hate and still make money. A lot of people work jobs that they hate. But this talks about you being in a position of really being fulfilled and really having, doing something that really floats your boat is what I'm getting, that you're really good at. And, you enjoy your work. So if there's a change of jobs coming, it could be like that. Or maybe some of you may be signing, like doing some sort of contract work with the Justice here, where you're an independent contractor of some sort. Okay, let's move over and get the Animal Totem card first. What is our Animal Totem card for our Virgo friends for the month of July of 2021? Armadillo, that's about having your shield up, because they wear those shields there. Okay, self-protect, shielding, and retreat. Dig deep, connect to the subconscious. What are we talking about here? Same thing. That's that hangman, tuning into spirit, what I was talking about in the beginning. Fill your lungs with good fresh air to aid in buoyancy of your plans. Yeah, that's one of the things we're going to do. This is that the guides just came through with recently. They told me to breathe it into existence. So I think that's a good message for you, to breathe into existence what you're wanting. So, but it could also be doing some kind of breath work. There's all sorts of different, some of the yoga, and there's a lot of different things where you can do, the breath work is involved. So that might be something that you might want to look into, because you may benefit from it. Okay, before we go over and do our dictum essay, I just really quickly want to mention, I'm not offering any special readings this month, although if you're watching this at the very end of June, the solstice reading would still be available. But I'm so thrilled with these journals. They just turned out so beautiful, and I'm so happy with them. And you can order these for, I'm only charging $6.88 on Amazon, and you get free shipping if you're a Prime member. So there's lined and unlined versions, and they all feature my original artwork. So if you want to support me and get something really beautiful and pretty for yourself, you may want to look into that. And I have books and decks and all of the stuff. You can find all that information below or by visiting my website. But we're going to try this new thing with the Dictio Massi from Book 1 and see if we can get a message from Spirit. It may not correspond to the reading. It may be a completely different thing. But what is the message for Virgo? Oh, this was talking about... Okay, so this is... maybe I should jump, because this is about the Loch Ness Monster. Maybe I should jump to this part where it says, is there a message for humanity today? Yes. So let's read that. See the boats on the horizon? See how they skim the surface, gliding over the waves? They are carried by the water, and it lifts them up. As it does so, it creates a very joyous experience. They are enjoying the ride. This is our message to you. Enjoy the ride! Exclamation points. Ride the wave above all the turmoil and strife. You will get where you're going much faster and with greater ease than trying to tread water fighting the current. Allow the current to carry you and do the work for you. Yeah, that's a great message for you, Virgo. Because you're, I love my Virgos. I always said, I used to bartend years ago. And when I worked at the big clubs, you had to work with a partner. You couldn't handle the bar by yourself. There was always a couple of bartenders. And I checked the schedule and I see that I was working with one of the Virgos. It's like, yeah, we're going to kick ass tonight. And we would. Because a Virgo would work just as hard as I would, So Virgos, you're hard workers, and that's admirable. And I've probably told this before too, when I get work done on my house and stuff, or when I hire people to do stuff for me, I always try to find a Virgo, because they bust their ass. You guys bust your ass. And you do a good job. You can't not do you won't do a shitty job. You'll finish it, even if you lose money on the quote, a Virgo will do the job correctly and do the job right. But this is saying you don't always have to be in busting ass mode. That there's some tuning. Maybe, should I make that your headline? You don't always have to be in busting ass mode. By tuning in and finding that wave and riding that current and being a little more flexible, some cool things can come your way. Alright, so on to what we're going to do next is for our Patreon peeps. There's going to be 3 more cards pulled from this Earth Warrior Energy Oracle's really cool deck. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Please, if you'd like to check out some of my stuff, I have decks, I have books, I have other artwork and charts, and I have readings and all sorts of stuff. But there's also things that you can do that don't cost anything, and that's like liking and subscribing and sharing these videos. That activates the YouTube algorithm and gets me into the mix, because some of the time I don't really show up, even though I am the very first person to ever do this. I sort of originated this online format on YouTube, and I don't have sour grapes about it. I see that it's taken on a life of its own, and I'm happy that I was able to bring it into the zeitgeist. But nowadays I'm kind of getting lost in the shuffle a little bit. So all your support in that way costs nothing. Really helps me out, and I appreciate it so much. Have the best month of July ever. Looks like you definitely have some money coming up here, and maybe even some kind of romantic soulmate relationship for some of you. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and we'll speak to you again soon. Okay, till next time.